EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to British Columbia and the gleaming jewel that is Vancouver, Canada. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Antlers of Rio de Janeiro taking on the Snowhawks of Vancouver. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Partner, there's no hiding my excitement as I got ready this morning. I could not wait to get here for this game. Imagine what it's like out there on the field for those players, though. OTAs, training camp, preseason, has all led to this moment when they officially kick this one off to get the season underway.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Ready, go. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. Here's Wilkins. Open man here is Scott, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1. A lot more to go. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinals.
They'll run here with a rookie. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now Wilkins. Open man, that's Felton. Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to hook up to Scott. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Let's go. Ready.
They run with Cunningham. And he's got some space here. Down to the 10. Touchdown. A big play there. With his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Snowhawks are on the board here first in the season opener. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So the drive there took 6 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
All right, I know it's something that every team says every season, but they genuinely believe that this is their year, and having him at quarterback is a big part of that. They think he's poised for a huge season and can really be the type of player that brings out the best of each weapon that they have on this offense. Behind that type of performance, their goals are high. They envision a lot of wins and finishing among the league's best on their side of the ball.
Looking to put a drive together. Now a play fake here on first down. He finds his man. It's Charlie Kohler. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw. Hayes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And 6 yards.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Again, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
At the 26-yard line.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. Here's 2nd and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Let's go.
They'll run. This is George Holani. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play. Move on.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll look to throw again. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And this one is right through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So the flag is for roughing the kicker, a big 15-yard penalty.
And I'm not sure that was the time to go all out after the kicker. Plenty of time left in this game.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Antlers are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Now the try here for the point after. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. Now Wilkins off of play action. Over the middle, that's the tight end Senate. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Well, we kind of thought it was a matter of when, not if, that a team might relocate to a spot outside the United States. Canada seemed like the most logical choice, and now here we are in this great city, a city that's had success in the Canadian League, but now they have an NFL franchise of their very own to celebrate, and man, is it cool to see. Now a handoff up the middle. Warner. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wilkins. Over the middle, complete. It's Hoffman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards
from the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2.
At the 42-yard line.
Now a give, right side. Warner. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now he's going to step up and run. And he is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
He finds his man, complete. It's Hoffman. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 49-yard line.
Looking to throw, Wilkins. Got an open man, it's Scott. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter down, it's our home team with possession, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Craft all 80.
It'll be Wilkins once more. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and 10.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Now a give, right side. Warner. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason.
Okay,
and runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Here we go, set.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And his guys have taken the lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a first and 10. Play action. Hayes looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Benson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 4. Got his target. That's Kohler. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 26 and a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. This will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here we go, set. Exit guard, exit guard.
Here we go on 4th down. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They come up short here on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Looking to put a drive together.
Ready? Liking, ready?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Let's go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Wilkins. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Able to slither by. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. That's a gain of 14.
That's another Vancouver first down. 1st and 10 at the
So many times in my
40-yard
career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10.
Come on. Set. Past the 60, past the 60.
Throwing again is Wilkins. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards the pickup there.
That's another.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Going play action, Wilkins. This is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Given back-to-back catches now. That one for 16. And another first down.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Snowhawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Snowhawks.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Rio offense set to take over. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Operating from the gun, Hayes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Looking to throw. Hayes. And he had to reach for that one, but can't grab it. It's behind him, and it's incomplete. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. So on 4th down, Matthew Hayball on to punt. Pulled in at the 24. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Let's go now.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another try after the first down sack. Wilkins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And touchdown. Ty Felton, 44 yards. And the Snowhawks are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, good return up past the 30. Still going. One man to beat. And they finally got to him at the 2-yard line. Almost coast to coast. What a great return. They'll be set up beautifully.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
60 Bison, 60.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. They get this out left. Touchdown! A great play there. Taking it in. And the Antlers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass in the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness. And I noticed that the celebration a little bit more subdued than his first touchdown pass last year as a rookie. Yeah, he certainly is acting like he's done it before.
Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In clutch territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. And able to get this out to the 25. And the Vancouver offense ready for their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
Here we go, here we go. Bronco 80.
Throwing to start the drive. Wilkins. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. It's caught on the right side, Brown. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
60 bites.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Price now to return. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Throwing to start the drive. Hayes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 2nd and 6. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Operating from the gun. Hayes. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Back to throw now on 1st down. Little underneath throw into the hands of Walker. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So halftime straight ahead, and that means we go to Scott Hansen. It is our EA Sports halftime. It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Off the play fake. Hayes. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Little underneath throw into the hands of Walker. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Off play action. Hayes. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
On second down, they'll run it here. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That second down play nets a -4. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Back to throw. Hayes. The 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
34 yards. First down, Antlers.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go long and hope someone will come free.
On the ground, it's Helani. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 7.
Operating from the gun. Hayes. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Walker. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 2 yards to go on third down. Looking to throw. Hayes to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brings up second and 8.
Go! Ready?
Off the play fake. Wilkins. And his throw here is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Shotgun snap for Wilkins. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line.
Vancouver, first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now Karen. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Up the middle they go. Woodard. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
At the 39-yard line.
Let's go. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Here's Wilkins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Throw left side, complete to Scott. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now Wilkins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Rio offense set to take over. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
This time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Hayes. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Well, the Vancouver offense ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. And a Vancouver 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 70.
Off play action. Wilkins. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Get it. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Warner. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. And his kick is right there. It's good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time it forced him to taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And the Rio offense set to take over. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Finding Walker complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Now they'll change things around before the snap. They go play action here on 1st down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Off the play fake. Hayes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As soon as he leaped out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hayes. Under pressure and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pressure gets there, and he goes down. Now, there's also a flag, but this might be on the offense anyway. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and run. Another fourth down, they decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too, having the football counts.
You're so litigious.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Let's go now.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
For a Vancouver first down.
They go with Cunningham. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brings up a third
Right
down.
where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He'll try and do this himself. Wow, that is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Rio offense about to set up shop once again. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
That's good for our Rio first down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Now they'll audible to something else.
2nd and 3 at the 46.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Youngblood. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Youngblood. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Riley. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 27-yard line.
Looking to throw. Youngblood. He finds his man complete. It's Riley.
On the play. That's another Rio first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's good play.
No gain on the play. Brings up second down at the 32-yard line.
Off play action. Youngblood. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Riley. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
First down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Operating from the gun, Youngblood. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. But at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of...
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Antlers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And the Vancouver offense ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the